Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Chris. Today we're going to go through my saddle setup. I've already done a climbing video on how I actually climb the tree and the system I use, but today I'm going to specifically go into the details of my saddle setup as it is right now. And the reason I'm doing this is because I've spent 2 whole seasons hunting with this exact setup. This is what I consider the bare minimum. It's going to change dramatically in the next couple months. I'm making this video as kind of like a baseline. So we're going to go through it piece by piece. Again, if you haven't seen the other video, I'm going to link to it in the description. So this is what I climb with. It also acts as my platform. It's basically a 1.5 by 1.5 chunk of scrap wood I had lying around. We'll go into that later. But everything I need is in this bag. This piece. The pad comes everywhere, whether I hunt from the ground or from the tree. I use it as my knee pad against the tree. I sit on it, obviously on the ground. It's just a thermarest or a thermoset, something like that. Thick, foamy thing. But in this fanny pack, we have a sitdrag. That's the part that's like actually the saddle. I have a Mammut rock climbing harness. I have my tree tether. This little bit is just a Cranford Easy Step. It's a folding strap-on step. I use this to hold my hunting pack, and then this is just a strap-on hook system. This is what I use to hold my bow. On a lot of these public lands, I can't have anything actually screwed into the tree. In each side pouch, it's just a hoist rope for my bow and my pack from the ground. I don't climb with that stuff on. My pack weighs about 35 pounds, or 25 to 35 pounds typically. And then my bow, just climbing with sharp objects, probably not a good idea. But so we got a tree tether, rock climbing harness, the sitdrag or the saddle itself, and my platform. All of this together weighs in less than 5 pounds, and this is all I need to climb the tree. So this is the most important part of this system. This is the part that keeps me alive. This is a rock climbing harness. Any 3-point rock climbing harness will be plenty sufficient. I got this entire idea from the DIY Sportsman on YouTube. I'll link to his original video again. I did it the first time I made a video about this system. But this is pretty much his exact setup minus the bottom part. He just basically hunts from sticks or screw and pegs, anything like that. But we got this rock climbing harness where it needs to be. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hook everything to the tree. So again, this is my bottom piece. It is just a loop with a girth hitch. This is a figure 8 knot down here on the bottom. This it's just a piece of wood, 2 holes drilled in each side. It's about, I want to say 8 foot of rope. Got a loop on this end, a loop on this end. This is where my feet go on the tree. This is just girth hitched around the tree like that. Down here on my tether, I've got a figure 8. It's actually got a secondary knot on it as well, just to double down. Carabiner. This knot stays tied all the time with the carabiner. I do check it and make sure the knot's dressed properly, but this just makes things a lot quicker. You just hook in to the belay right here, and then you'll see I have a lot of extra slack here. I've got the start of a figure 8 tied right down here. That's because I go through the loops like you would if you're rock climbing here, just to double down in case the carabiner breaks, basically, is my only concern. Since it is metallic, you could miss the loop, something like that. Just better safe than sorry. The saddle portion is what actually holds your weight. Obviously the sitdrag is not meant for being 10 to 30 feet up in a tree. They definitely don't recommend it. So if you're gonna do a sitdrag type saddle, you want a safety harness as a backup. This is exactly how I would be situated. I use my feet as a V pattern. I lean back just like so, this pad, I've done it several different ways. Sometimes I just hook to the tether. It depends on the tree, honestly. But I lean like this and I chill. My bow hangs over on this side of the tree, ready to go with a narrow knot. My pack typically hangs right here. And typically I have my camera arm mounted facing me like this so I can turn it either direction around the tree. I would expect the deer to come from the direction of the camera, so I would set up for a simple shot like this. And then of course you have a total wide range of motion. So we've got 2 loops. Every important knot is a figure 8. It's like the staple. So this is my tether. Come down this rope. Right here, this is a prusik knot. I actually do not remember the name of this knot. I would have to look it up. But it's a prusik basically. This is what gives you adjustability on the tether. You'll see, got a carabiner here, and then my bridge down to my saddle. This is my figure 8 with the secondary knot. This is the loop that I make into another figure 8. We've got a carabiner here, and that's pretty much it. This is an up-close view of my platform. It's pretty unique, but it's been working really well for me. I definitely want to tinker with some other ideas similar. My main thing is I'd like it to sit out from the tree a little bit. Maybe actually have a platform itself. But it needs to be kind of removable so that this is by far probably the best way to climb with a rope system. You can do this without a piece of wood, just use the rope, but the rope kind of digs into your feet a little bit as you're climbing. It's super uncomfortable in my opinion, so that's why the wood's there. This is my saddle setup. I've been hunting with it for 2 years. If you like this kind of content, you want to make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified next time I post a cool update for what's coming with this DIY saddle setup. I hope you guys enjoyed, and no matter what, just remember, go adventure.